welcome Matthew T. Oh, thank you, Shenanigans. Thank you, Shenanigans. Oh, everybody drinking tonight? All right, that's what I like to hear. That's the revenue that keeps us going here. Let me ask you a question, sir, in the blue shirt, second row right here. Like, what's your name, sir? Kyle? Kyle, let me ask you, man, like, if you frequent the bar scene, do you ever find yourself, like, leaving the bar at 3 in the morning, even though the bars around here close at 2 in the morning, Kyle, and then you, like, are on the way home, Kyle, you're driving, as you do, just shit-faced drunk, and then you get home, and, Kyle, you've got, like, the drunk munchies, you know what I'm talking about, Kyle? You know what Yeah, I see that cross-eye look you're giving me, like, you know what I'm talking about. You're drunk right now, aren't you, Kyle? But yeah, you've got the drunk munchies, the drunchies, and you've got to figure out, like, what you can cook at home in order to satisfy these drunchies, because all the restaurants are closed at this point. And you go down to your kitchen, Kyle, and you start rifling through the pantry and the fridge, and then you remember, oh, holy shit, I decided to do stand-up comedy for a living. I don't have a lot that I can make anything out of. And so you have to settle for spaghetti sandwiches, Kyle. This, again, we just did this Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And it's exactly what it sounds like for all of you who don't know what spaghetti sandwiches are, like Kyle here. It's just carbs on carbs on carbs on all of your bad life decisions. It's like a poor man's meatball sub without the meatballs, It's just depression incarnate. You take that sandwich back to your room, Kyle, and you turn on some Netflix. And let me just preface by saying Netflix is an inferior streaming program. I prefer the fine programming on Amazon Prime. But you're hopping on Netflix and you're going to watch some reruns of the Wonder Years, Kyle, because you want to remember what it's like to be 8 years old again and not hate everything in the world around you. And then you go to try to take a bite of the sandwich and then it just starts falling apart in your hands, Kyle, and like starts falling into your lap on this paper plate because you didn't want to create any more dishes. Nobody has the time to do dishes in today's fast-moving world. And then you start crying hysterically into the sandwich, Kyle, because you realize that this sandwich is like a sad metaphor for your very existence as you're sitting there Netflix and spaghettiing with yourself. You know what I'm talking about, Kyle? This guy gets it. This next bit isn't so much as a bit as it is a PSA. Y'all need to be better about cleaning your assholes, all right? So I'm going to pick out somebody from the audience right now. Kyle. So Kyle, let me ask you, sir, how do you clean yourself up after you take a shit? What was that? Did you just John Cena? You can't see my asshole. Like... There's only one correct answer, Kyle, and that is wash yourself off. If you don't have the time to take a shower afterwards, wet wipes. This set is sponsored by Pampers, by the way. They're not just for babies anymore. All right. So, I mean, like, people out there eating ass on the reg, Kyle, Well, if you got some shit on your arm, Kyle, would you just wipe it off with a piece of paper, you fucking mongoloid, troglodyte, half-human? Why would you treat your asshole any differently, I don't want to be leaving a bar at 3 in the morning, and I don't even, have the fortitude to Netflix and spaghetti anymore, I'm on the way home, and I have an appetite for only one of two things, and that's either Crystal Burgers or ass, They taste the same. It's just... Just like mustard and onion and something that used to resemble meat, you know what I mean, Kyle? And I don't want to be, in the moment going down there to do the deed, and then I got to have this conversation with myself. What tastes like mole sauce? It's a bad time. Guys, if you can't tell by this entire everything, like I'm single. I'm a single person. Where are all my single people at? What? 2 people raised their hands, and a 3rd person wooed. Y'all are having a 3-way tonight. I'm a single person. One person, not plural people, I don't like to think that in being single that I'm like sad or alone or depressed or anything. I like to think that I'm just holding out for the right lady. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Kyle? Of course, I'm talking about Serena Williams. Be still my dead heart. She is a lady, I like a lady who can bench press me. Look at me. It's not hard to do. I look like if Walter White gave up in the first season of Breaking Bad. As soon as he got the cancer diagnosis, he was just like, I'm checking out. Doing exactly to myself what I did to that fucking pizza box. Yeah. I look like if Judas Priest's lead singer Rob Halford got AIDS, I look like if the guy from Mythbusters never figured out what dinner was. But, I was talking about, my crush the other day with somebody, and, he was like, Tate, you're crazy. That woman would crush you. And I'm like, yeah, that's the idea, Todd. Like, that's the way I want to go out. Like, I don't want to... Because one day, she's going to see all those Twitter DMs I sent her, and she's going to realize those are cute and endearing and romantic. They're these, if I can paint a picture for you, they're pictures of her husband carrying Serena Williams down a beachfront with her husband's face gone, replaced with my face via Photoshop. And she's going to realize those are amazing, and she's going to leave that entrepreneur fucking Hollywood actor loser husband of hers and get with the real hero, I don't want to live until I'm in my late 60s suffering from cirrhosis and dementia, yelling at kids to get off of my lawn at noon, even though I don't have a lawn because I live in a pay-by-the-week. I want to go out when I'm in my mid-30s and still have a glimmer of hope in my eyes, and I'm in the seedy, questionably clean bed of a Motel 8, just chained to the bed with a ball gag in my mouth. And Serena Williams is there because at some point we met each other, and I went, baby, you can quit tennis. I'm going to take care of us from now on. I'm going places. And she believed that shit? Why would you believe that? I'm a garbage human being. Have you met me? We've already established I made such bad money at that show that I'm sleeping in a Motel 8. Frankly, I'm not really doing that much sleeping, if we're being honest. And, chained and ball gagged, and she's just on top of me, riding me, straddling me, cowgirl style. And every time she falls back into me, she's just breaking more and more of my bones because I'm 130 pounds soaking wet and too stupid to know what nutrition is, and this is tiring out my calf muscles. And then, for some reason, that song from Top Gun is playing in the background. The one that's like, take my breath away, bum, 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 bum. And she starts choking me. Because autoerotic asphyxiation is the only way I know how to feel anything anymore. Like Chris Cornell or Chester Bennington or Anthony Bourdain. And she's just doing it harder and harder, and the light starts to go out from the edge of my eyes, and I start to turn as blue as a loaf of bread you forgot to make spaghetti sandwiches with in the pantry for 12 years. I try to scream out with my last dying gasp, "I love you, Serena!" But it just comes out, Serena. You know, because the ball gag. That's how I want to die. Anybody who judges me for that is a bullshit asshole who doesn't even deserve the lesser Williams sister. Come on, guys. I'm not talking about Venus. She's a lady. She can get it too, you know. I just want Serena Williams to ride my face till I feel like I'm being waterboarded by the CIA, like in a Guantanamo Bay detention facility in the early 2000s. I start getting nostalgic. I'm like, I remember when you won everything. I remember Bush. And then I look up and I go, oh, hi, Bush. Because in this scenario, she has not shaved her nether regions. You know, I want it musty, full flavor. I want to floss while I'm getting a meal. Like, I will just not be able to rest in peace until I know what Serena Williams' butthole tastes like. You know, like right after a match, before she hits the showers. I bet it tastes like cocoa butter and victory. Thank you, Shenanigans. You guys have been wonderful.